Hi guys, Kemi Badenoch appointed her new shadow cabinet, and I was slightly surprised to see her former rival for leader, Robert Jenrick, as part of it. Well, they do say keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So as the new shadow Justice Secretary, he was trying to hold the government to account in this area. Now, he stood up in the House of Commons on Tuesday and spoke about prison releases. Honest Bob attacked the government over letting prisoners out to free up space due to overcrowding, a result of Tory inaction to fix the criminal justice system and build new prisons. But it also seems that Jenrick wants you to forget about the last 14 years.
Robert Jenrick.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, can I belatedly congratulate the front bench on their appointments? I've been a little busy over the summer. But during that time, the only group whose popularity this Labour government's popularity has increased with is criminals. How many domestic abusers and sex offenders who were released under their early release scheme have gone on to reoffend, and would they like to apologise to the victims?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I was going to congratulate the right honourable gentleman in his new role, but he seems to have a very short memory, and I believe it is he who should be apologising to the country as a whole on behalf of his government's woeful, absolute misabuse of our justice system and our prisons. Under the previous government's ECSL scheme, there was 0 exemptions that could protect the public. This government put in serious exemptions to prevent sex offenders from being released onto our streets, preventing those from serious violent crimes being released onto our streets, and I believe the right honourable gentleman should maybe have a bit of humility.
A bit of humility from Robert Jenrick? Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, God. This is what I've been talking about for so long. The Conservatives run public services into the ground. They don't fund, for example, the criminal justice system. They don't build enough prisons. And then they're going to sit on the sidelines and say, you're doing it wrong, or why aren't you fixing the problems that we created? Robert Jenrick demanding apologies from the government, the new government, that they've found themselves in a situation where they've had to release people from prison early in order to free up space to put your current criminals behind bars. What is he doing? He's criticising this. Now, there's a problem with that as well, because this is a story from about 3 months ago. It says here, Sunak's government freed more than 10,000 prisoners up to 70 days early. Now, does Robert Jenrick have a problem with that? Obviously he didn't. He supported this policy. Now he has a problem with the new government having to release people early because prisons are overcrowded. But there's so many problems that he should be apologising for. His government and his party should be apologising for. Not just the prisons being overcrowded, but prison officers not being paid enough. Many of them abandoning this job to do something else in the private sector, where the pay and conditions are better. Are we going to hear apologies from Robert Jenrick? No. He wouldn't even apologise when it came to painting over the mural at a detention centre, at a reception centre, I should say. He said he wouldn't do it again. What sort of apology is that? So, what we're going to see over the next few years is the Conservatives criticising the government for not fixing the problems that they created themselves, and using that as an excuse or as a reason for people to vote them back in again. And hopefully the public understand this. They see it. They see that the situation was a disaster under the Conservatives, and it would be a disaster again if you put them back into power. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.